Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Germinate Tarot. If you're noticing, I'm down a germ, but that's okay because I've talked to her all day and she's still working on home and work stuff and all that kind of good things. So she's making big changes and she'll be back mid-April. So you're stuck with me for now and probably the first bit of April. So if you can handle it, I'll be glad you're here. Alright, we're just going to look. The Queen of Pentacles popped out. Alright, Sagittarius, we're doing March 24th to the 31st. We're taking a general reading, but it's probably going to skew towards love. And we're going to do the same spread, past, present, future. We're going to do Tarot and Lenormand. This is the Sacred Rose deck. This was Jeremy's, which is why I'm using it since she's not here, but she is in tarot spirit. Alright. As with a lot of cards, they've been coming out in pairs or threes because they want to clarify themselves, I think. They're like, let me tell my own story. Alright, let's get a... Okay. You know what? I'm going to look at these. I'm not going to take them, but they did fall out in kind of like their own sets. You know what I mean? Two of Wands and the Tower. So I'm getting babooms somewhere. But the Chariot, the Star, and the Lovers, which means I think maybe Sagittarius is having hopes for love. Maybe they have their sights on a Gemini with the Lovers card, or maybe a Cancer with the Chariot, Aquarius with the Star. I'm getting a lot of signs. So I'm getting there's intent and they're moving forward. And Chariot, you can't stop them. So let's get solid past. Come out. And let's get, what is Sagittarius thinking about? Hello. Come to mama. Here we go. We got, what is Sag thinking about? Let's find out. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. I think that's a good, solid, stable offer, something coming through. But I didn't even flip the cards yet. I'm just getting all stoked about that. Here we go. We're going to do the Lenormands. This is the Art Nouveau Lenormand. They're a little stingier with jumpers because they're bigger. But we're going to get a past, please, for Saggy. Can I please get a present? Oh, that's a foursy. That's a foursy. We're going to take a look. We're going to just mountain, sun, stars, and letter. So I think someone's coming out of maybe a blocked period, but I want to know about this present card. Can I just get like one? Oh my god. Another set of four. I think, someone's at... I'm getting a lot of, like, fits and starts in what's coming out. It's like, stop, go, stop, go. It's like a red light, green light game. Good gravy. Get back here. You know what? I am going to draw because they don't want to jump right now. I can feel it. They're just like, I'm sloppy. Alright, we're going to just sink into a nice relaxed state. I'm going to be chill, and we're going to say thank you. Present. Alright, that's a threefer. We're going to take that one, and then can we please get one for what is Sag thinking about? What should Sag? Okay, that was alright. Sag should be thinking about a man, and if it's not a man, if you're a woman thinking about a man, cool, but also if you're a dude, maybe you need to think about yourself. And let's find out. Let's get into it. Let's do this. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. It's not bad. It's just, the story is a poppin'. Remember how, you know, those cards came out. Okay, that wound up down here. I was like, we're just gonna look and then we'll talk about it. They're like, no, we're gonna talk about it now. Okay, thanks. All right, okay. This is good. I don't like the mice. I don't like mice mice are cute, but you put a lot of them together and they're just like, get out of my crackers. Leave my cereal alone. That's what we get for living in the country. But we're going to get into it with Sagittarius. We have the woman and we have temperance. Temperance, obviously, Sagittarius. Then we have the woman. So either it is yourself, Sagittarius, or it's you thinking of a woman. But I think Sag is like super focused on themselves. It's like, I need a minute. And this is the past. And moving into it, into the present, there's a mountain. I think there's a block. I think if this isn't Sagittarius doing it, this is someone else doing it to them, where it's almost like enough already, is the thing I want to say, is like enough already. Because then you have the World, which is the end of a cycle, but you have it paired with the Page of Cups. So I think maybe whatever this was has come to a close. And the cycle is kind of starting, but in a good way, kicking off with the Page of Cups. That's a positive thing. It's not going to, rattle things too much. But down here with the Hierophant, you have some kind of commitment. It's usually about doing things the traditional way. It's a card about marriage. It's like official stuff, like maybe contracts or something, but I'm getting more of the union vibe based on this Page of Cups business. Maybe someone's like, hey, could you get over yourself? I know you're great and all, because you're a Sag, but, I gotta cut you off. Like, I like you, but enough already. Can't handle the fire. Get out of the kitchen, Sag. Down here, you have the letter with the stars and the sun over top of it, which means whatever communication that is coming in, maybe it is like a written contract kind of thing, but you're getting your hopes, you're getting enlightenment. It's really positive stuff that's coming in. And what's on your mind is this King of Pentacles. It's how can you be stable and solid and maybe not come across so, not egotistical, but not so headstrong, not so, balls to the wall kind of attitude. Maybe you need to find that balance of like, I'm cool, I don't have to fly off the handle and, get my point across all the time. Because then what you should be thinking about is the Eight of Pentacles, which is how do you work? How do you put that in? And that's not a bad thing. It's a balanced approach to how you tackle stuff. And, bit by bit, instead of gotta jump in and just piece it together as you go. What you're thinking about in the Lenormand side is the mice. It's that, gnawing, kind of like, kind of scattered, not really having a direction, just kind of like nibbling at crumbs when you can get them. And, mice are cute, but not that cute. Then back to the guy. So are you thinking about a dude? Or are you the dude who needs to think about yourself because you have been thinking about this lady? This chick who, maybe this is, a Sag and a woman, that you're just kind of like, what is this pairing about? And we're going to find out because we're going to clarify. So here we go with Temperance. That was too many. But we're going to find out. we have 4 swords. 2 of swords. I do want one more. Knight of swords. What were you doing, Sage? Yeah, I think someone delivered the swift justice, because you have the 4 of swords where it was like you were retreating and you were like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Then you have the 2 of swords where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. You decided you're going to do it. The Knight of Swords was, you done it. And, you know, headstrong, balls to the wall, coming at you. So this World and the Page of Cups, I want to know more about that. 7 of Wands. Well, you're still not going to be a pushover about it. You still have to have some Sag action where you're like, I'm defending myself. Maybe you are worried, you know, you're still kind of, I almost get like maybe you're a little embarrassed by how you acted. But, you know, maybe someone did block you and they're like, no, you're a little off your rocker, pumpkin. I need a second from you. But we have the 7 of Wands, which is, you know, you're still aggressive. You will still defend yourself if need be. Then you have the 2 of Pentacles, which means you're balancing back out. And the 3 is, I'm going to work with you. I'm cool. I'm cool. I took a breather. I took a lap around. We're good. Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, you're not getting out of the fire energy. You're just harnessing it a little better and maybe getting some earth sign action in there. Maybe, you know, you are having an earth sign kind of get your back, help you out a little bit. Or maybe it's just yourself being like, no, I need to really kind of get a grip. Hierophant. Let's find out what's going on there. Ooh, yeesh. Oh, what are you doing, Sagittarius? Oh, Saggy, you just can't leave well enough alone, can ya? Nope. What fun is that? I want to stir the pot. I don't just want to stir the pot. I want to make the whole meal, serve it, have leftovers, eat the next day, heat it up again, stir the pot again, and maybe get 2 days of meals out of it. That's right, Saggy. I got my eye on you. See. Alright, I do want one more on that. Yowza, Sag. So, what you're thinking about, we clarified this King of Pentacles business. We got the 10 of Cups and the Lovers. So, maybe, you know, you're thinking about how something shook out with a Gemini. You know, you need to be more balanced. You need to come at something with a better attitude. Or maybe you're just trying to think of how you can get to a good spot with this, you know, object of your affection. How are you going to get that? Because obviously you pulling out all the stops didn't pan out. Like, you need to reset. Get grounded. Whew. You know what? I did totally skip over this Hierophant part because I was like, what is that? With the Hierophant, you have the Devil, the 9 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Honestly, I do want one more in the Ace of Wands, because what are you kicking up? All right, Sagittarius. I think maybe you go back to your old ways for a hot second. And maybe they ain't so old. Maybe they're always going to be new. But you have the Devil, 9 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Clarify with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, so you have this commitment and stuff, but I think that it's kind of a very indulgent nature, especially having the Devil with the 9 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles seems like maybe like, no, we're going to take it slow. We'll be okay. And then, boom! Ace of Wands. That ain't phallic or nothing, you know what I mean? And then Knight of Wands. This is Good Time Charlie. I'm in, I'm out. Nice to know you. Wink, wink. That's what I'm getting over here. And then I think that's, what you are thinking about is maybe you're trying to work your angles and see, like, what can I do? What you should be thinking about is Nine of Swords. What in the Queen of Swords and Death. Maybe you need to cut out shenanigans, and, because it isn't making you feel good. You are worrying about this stuff, and the Queen of Swords, she's cutting. And maybe that Death card is, you need that change. You need to let go of something and move on. I think immediate action is, you get gratification, but then what are you left with? With this in-out thing, because you've been aggressive in the past and it hasn't really gotten you anywhere, and it's almost like the cycle just keeps kicking up. So I want to find out about the lady over here in the past. Tell me about her. You know what? I think the birds is enough on this one, because that's like gossipy, like communication that's not stable, it's flighty, it's, non-committal, you're not sure which way it's going. I'm going to move on to the mountain because I want to know, and I think maybe that lack of communication or crummy communication just set you off, just went to Potscaroonie. So you have clouds, so like you don't know where you stand because of this blocking of, something. Well, the whip. There's sexy time involved, and then you have the key, which, what is the answer to this conundrum? I'm just going to have to draw. 1, 2, 3. All right. New beginnings. The key is new beginnings with a bouquet, with a visit. So this is where I think this whole like I'm getting what I want feeling is coming through, but it's not solid. It's more like you worked the angles so you got what you wanted. And yeah, I don't know whether or not to be concerned or proud, because you got it going on, Sadie. So we're gonna I want one more down here on this. Okay, the fishies. There's emotion behind this, and I think you get validation. You get some form of validation. So then, with the mice, I want to talk about the mice. The coffin. It's like, just let it die. Just let it end. Like let this gnawing and little vermin running around feeling just go away. It's not worth it. Go away. It's the ship, which is what you do, but you're still kind of longing for it. Maybe this was fun until it was not fun, and then you're like, oh, wow. I was digging my own hole. Didn't realize I was standing in it. So this dude, he's a burden. It's, whether or not there's feelings there, or if you are a dude, you do feel burdened. What you should be thinking about is the load that you're carrying because of all this. Or maybe you are hurting someone else by doing it. I do want one more on this cross. Thank you. The snake. I think motivations need to be checked. Is this gonna work? I don't know. There's the crossroads on the heart. I think there's feelings there, but how you reach them needs to be maybe a little more transparent, maybe a little less aggressive. Because Sag, they get what they want. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Don't know why chicken thigh. Now we're moving on to the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels, which I don't use terribly often, but I'm taking 2. Can I please have Romance Angels card for Sagittarius? Or 3, if they come out. Oh, reconciliation, playfulness, very soon. So whatever hullabaloo you kicked up, they're coming back. Playfulness, very soon. So, just make sure it's not the retrograde, where you just can't leave well enough alone because they're, sniffing around. Just think of a dog when he's looking at a tree. He's still peeing on it. So maybe you shouldn't feel too flattered when they do sniff around. I'm just saying. Some people are not worth it. So we have got the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck that I'm pulling advice from. Cosmic Pep Talk, I like to call it. We're taking 3. Can I please have 2 more for Sagittarius? Okay. Grace, healing, and peace. Okay. Sag is not known for being tactful. But I think you need to find this grace of, being, which moves into healing, which gets you back in this grounded spot instead of this, pushing and pulling. And then you'll be at peace. So I think you might need to go within a little bit, because I didn't get a lot of, introspection cards. It was a lot of like outward action. I think maybe you need to hit pause for a second, sit still, if you can do it. Maybe not sit still. Maybe you need to walk. I don't know. I'm a walking thinker. But grace, healing, peace. That's what you need. You know what? It's saying one more. I know I'm going a little long, but choice and shadow self. Yeah, all right. So you're going to make the choice to indulge this darker side of yourself, or are you going to take the grace side? Time will tell, but, you are aware of it, so you know what you're doing. All right, Saggy, you be well, and I will see you in April.